Hello guys, welcome to story time. This is your man mrChijioke. We don't come again with oboga story. This story, this one na powerful story. You don't hear where spirit they knock somebody anyhow. Now shege come up for his eyes. You guys should sit tight and listen to this wonderful story. And here on my left is
Prince Manajemo Alex, welcome to Story Time. I'm still your man, Phobis.
Welcome, Mr. Phobis. And welcome, Mr. Alex. Okay, this story goes this way. He said, I'm finding this funny. Okay, he said, I'm not finding this funny anymore. I always have X in my dream. I always knock in my dream almost every night. Like serious knocking, serious knocking that is even when I'm about to come. I will now wake up, or sometimes I feel lazy to stand up from the bed and come there. I honestly don't understand this anymore. What could be the problem? What could be the problem? Any solution to it? So these guys is seeking for advice from you, spiritual advice on what to do. I want to start with you, Mr. Alex.
Okay.
Do you think that this is a spiritual problem?
Let the person go. May go knock. If you knock,
make it go. You need a spirit. You need a deliverance from.
You don't need any spiritual problem. So make it go knock.
Okay, it's good.
Make it go knock. Make it go knock.
More you can continue knocking.
Not. You see. If they get what they call them, say if you wake up, it is say in the dream, say in the knock. Ask her when the knock last. You understand it now? Ask her when the knock last. You discover say for a very long time he never knock. So you see, these artists are biological, they are not spiritual. They are biological.
Okay, it's not spiritual.
It's not spiritual. Let him go and knock. If he knock, if he knock better knock, you will say all this not going to disturb him again.
What do you think about it?
Is
it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. You see, most times, doesn't make sense to us. When you see original, anything that has original has fake.
Okay.
Most of these things, sometimes the only dream, I think, always manifest immediately. That you can see you can just see it. Is when you are when you dream that you are weaving outside. Just wake up, you see that
you wee on the bed.
You wee on the bed. But you see, when you are having sex, I'm not a pastor. I'm not sorry. When you are knocking,
or docking,
or when you are making up in the dream, what my brother said here, that you should just check one last time he had such a thing. You'll find out that it's been long. I don't want to go by biology here because we might miss it. Some of these things have spiritual problems. Most of these things have spiritual, I've had friends. I have a friend. This is a pattern. I don't have any. When it comes to things of anything spiritual, anything belief, anything faith, is not evident. It's not evidence based. You cannot say this is the evidence, but people have patterns. People can actually monitor and can tell you that this is how it has been with them. I have a friend. Do you know what? He has monitored his life, and he finds out that anytime he had such encounter, I don't know what that means, but he was telling me that anytime he has such encounter, whatever he's pursuing, whatever he's looking up to, whatever he's following, will just dive.
And you say it's not spiritual.
I've also seen some of my female friends with such experience. They have suitors coming, they have something, they have somebody that is serious with them. As soon as they have such a thing, as soon as such a thing manifests,
Okay. Who is having the sex with them? Is it sorry? Who is knacking them in the dream? Is it a spirit that is knacking them to make them to have that kind of experience? Because
of course, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a spirit or not spirit.
So what happens?
You always have
because for you to see yourself in a knack,
if you ask this very person, you must come with somebody's face. You must be having that sex with somebody. Most times somebody you know.
You see, let me.
That means it's spiritual.
Let me explain this thing very well.
Because people talk about a spiritual husband and a spiritual wife.
You see, when people talk about spiritual husband, when people talk about spiritual husband and spiritual wife, I always ask them, if you say you are a person, you get spiritual husband or you get spiritual wife, I said, okay, fine. Spirit, don't knock. Spirit, don't eat. Spirit, don't mingle. That was why when Jesus wanted to come, he didn't come in the spirit. He came in the physical form so that he could interact, he could eat, he could mingle with people. And when they will ask him a question, say on the last day, who will marry this person? Say a woman married, the first one, the second one, the third one, all of them died. And the last day, who will marry them? He said, don't you know they are like angels? Angels are neither given in marriage or they're not married. Spirit don't marry. Spirit doesn't knock.
So who is knocking those?
That is the point. That is the point. This person, nobody. You see, dreams happens in the realm of your subconscious mind. Dreams happen in the realm of your subconscious mind. For instance, a young boy who is just growing up, I've got to his puberty level, started having a wet dream. If care is not taken, you're going to spiritualize it, believing that it's a spiritual problem. It's abnormal for you to be having a wet dream. That is biological. It has nothing to do with spirituality. Your body releases because it's like a tank getting filled up. Okay, you keep pumping the water, you don't off the water because you don't have the natural body for you to off the water. So the only thing is it will overflow. And so when it starts overflowing, those are the wet dreams that you have. Because when you are, I'm coming. Let me finish. Okay, when you are sleeping, that's what they call REM sleep. Okay, most of your dreams happen in non-REM sleep. When you are having that dream at that moment, everything happens within your subconscious mind. You could even see your dead parents in your dream. You could even see so many things in your dreams. Why? Because you are in a state of non-REM, what they call it, non-rapid eye movement. That is what they call it in the REM dream. That is where dreams takes place. It has nothing to do with spiritual. Somebody is pursuing you. Somebody is not pursuing you. Bad thing happen. Like what he said. Most of his friends who think, oh, whenever something like that happens to them, they begin to have misfortune. It's a belief system that they have. It is not the dream that brings them misfortune. It is the belief that they have about the dream that brings them misfortune. Now, we all have, how does belief system form? Belief systems are formed based on two things. Your parents.
I want to ask, you don't knock in a dream before?
Several times.
Oh, is it sweet or?
Several times.
Is it sweet?
I don't even dream say I have.
Is it sweet?
I don't even dream say I had a terrible accident in the dream. Terrible accident in the dream. How many years ago? Many years ago. I'm coming. I'm not done. Okay. Now.
You don't have to tell. You need to say your way. You don't need to wait until
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Mm.
You see, there's something you said here. You build your foundation. You have the background with Christ and the Bible. First of all, everything about Christ, everything about faith, everything about is first of all belief. Even you talking about Christ, you have to you just believe. You believe that Christ that Christ said it. So you see, it's about belief. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's about belief. So when somebody is telling you this, you believe that Christ. But when somebody is telling you, and you don't believe that when somebody says there's a spiritual, he has a spiritual husband, he has a spiritual wife. Hold on, I'm coming.
Do you believe there's a spiritual husband?
Hold on. I'm coming. You see, when it comes
no, just yes, I know you continue.
Hold on. I'm coming there. I'm coming there. There are things I don't know. A lot of things I don't know. When it comes to spiritual things, most of these things, this life is so deep that some of us, you approach it the way you just want to approach it. It's so deep. So many things, so many stories, so many things. So people with all kind of manifestation. So you don't just come and have that. It's not just one size fits all. Some persons, like you said, you have had dreams when you have accident. Some people have had accident that somebody died. That person will die as they dreamt it. People will wake up and have dream and tell you this is what they saw in their dreams, and you see it manifest. Are you hearing me? People will see something in their dreams and see. Some persons who is the opposite. Some persons, their dream doesn't even make sense. They will, just like what you just said, that they will dream, they will know nothing. Some people, but some people, I've seen some people that were poisoned in their dream. They ate and they wake up with stomach ache and up till. I've some people they shot in their dreams and they woke up with the same pain that place and they went through hell. So this life is no one way fix. It's not just one size fit all. I'm not saying that I don't know. I don't know what is spiritual husband. I'm not a spiritualist, but things happen. I don't know what you call it. No. Whether you call it spiritual husband or whatever you want to call it, things happen.
Before you start defending anything,
things
to say, it's a spiritual husband, things happen. You know why? You know why things happen? Like I said, people have belief. You understand? Belief system. And your belief system, how do you have belief system? On two bases. First of all, okay, now let me give you an instance. When my son was, when he loses his first teeth, my wife told him, go and keep that teeth under the pillow. Tooth Fairy will give you a gift. Do you understand it now? Actually, he went there, and my wife went there, removed the teeth, and put a gift there. So my son went there later, and he saw the gift. He was so happy that Tooth Fairy have actually given me a gift. This thing continues. Now, lately, was it not last month or something before they went on holiday? He went to school. He came back. He was very angry. Why was he angry? His classmate told him Tooth Fairy is not real, that is fake. He was angry because he had seen the manifestation of Tooth Fairy. Whenever he put the teeth there under the pillow, he goes back there. The gift is actually there. Not knowing how the manipulation have taken place. So it has become a fixed belief in his mind. So when he came, I was sitting down somewhere there when he came, and he was angry. I said, wait, he told me, I said, son, it's not real. He was shocked. That how could you say it's not real? The mom was sitting down also. The mom said, son, it's not real. These are the process. This is what happened. This is what happened. Now, this is where I'm going to. Let's assume that we never had the opportunity to make him understand that Tooth Fairy is not real. Because one, he had put the teeth there. He went back there to go and check the teeth. The gift is actually there. He formed his belief system. 3 people. That is one from the parents. Now he goes to school. This teacher he interacts with help him shape his belief system.
So there is no spiritual husband.
There is not. Whole spiritual husband is a marketing strategy for the Pentecostal movement. This is my stand.
My brother, you see, let me tell you something.
This is my
what
stand.
You don't know is more than you.
You see,
are you hearing me?
Let me tell you something.
What you don't know.
Let me tell you
something.
something. Let me tell you something.
Whether you want to believe, it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not.
Let me tell you something.
Are you hearing me? It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not.
Let's be honest and be factual. Let's be honest and be factual. When we're talking about spiritual husband, people who doesn't even have the consciousness about spiritual husband and doing wonderfully well. You have the consciousness. The reason why you are not married, you see, the reason why you are not married is because you have a spiritual husband. The reason why you are not doing this is because you have a spiritual husband. Who, What are the processes of getting married?
Have you heard of those people that say they have a spiritual husband or wife? Visit them physical. You don't hear them before.
Physical.
Yes.
A visit the physical.
Yeah, spiritual.
Have you also seen
when
these people saying this? Married people saying this.
When people say,
have you seen some of these
now?
person married?
I think I was talking to somebody who said the person is confessing of a witchcraft. I said the lady is sick. He needs a psychiatric.
Okay, there's nothing like a witchcraft.
Even the Bible said witchcraft is a manifestation of your flesh. One, jealousy.
Okay, there's nothing like.
Is it where we're missing this is?
One, jealousy.
Well, you always refer to Bible.
Yes.
Bible is a belief. Is a belief. You have no factual. You have no evidence.
Now,
there's no evidence.
Listen now.
You are going back to belief.
Let me tell you something.
Bible is every religion is a belief.
Let me tell you something.
There's no evidence.
Let me tell you something.
You said that
every book you read, every book you read, whether science book, whether psychology, whether law, every book you read is a belief.
No.
Let me tell you something.
There are some
for you to
that you have evidence.
For you to sit down,
see the facts.
For you to sit down and begin to take some chemical and begin to mix it together, to begin to find evidences. Because you believe that if I put this chemical and this chemical, it will lead me. I'm coming. It will lead me to.
That's what you call the strong.
It will lead
you don't even believe.
The same thing with your spirituality.
Let's see what. Sometimes when you test this, you say, let me see what is going to.
When you believe something,
let's see what is going to.
Before now, there was some certain belief that I had.
So you said that experiment is a.
You experiment your belief.
Your belief.
Experiment is
chefs. People that even go far.
Wait a minute.
Some chefs,
when you were growing up, there are some belief systems that you hold.
Like,
I don't know. I'm just asking you. There must be some certain belief system that you hold. That later, as you grow up, you begin to discover those beliefs. Okay, for instance, when we're growing up, if they send you a message, the elder who sent the message will spit on the ground. That if you don't go and come back on time, the spit will get dry up and you won't get tall again. Okay? We believe that is true. So that, you will.
When the spit dried up,
yes,
you won't get your gift.
No, not gift. You will become short. You won't grow beyond where you are now. So that will make you run so hard to make sure you come back to beat the spit being dried. It was a belief we're growing up. Now I have grown that kind of belief. If you are telling me now, okay, if you don't quick come, I'll speak for granted, I will laugh at you. Why? Because I have outgrown it. Belief system that you have not tested, you have not questioned. You understand it now? You have a belief. Oh, there's a spiritual husband. You have not questioned it. First of all, let's look at the process of marriage. When you talk about husband, you are married. You ask your wife out, right? I want to marry you. Then your wife agrees. I will marry you. Then he takes you through the process. Go and see my parents. You went to see the parents. And the parents tell you, these are what you need to bring. Come and see the elders. You want to see the elders because I want to marry you. Marry your daughter. Then these are the things you need to buy. You do everything. So you completed the whole process. This is your wife. If you have not done all those things, you carry the wife, you put gun head, I'm taking you to my house. That is kidnapping. If there is, when you talk about spiritual husband,
do you know what they call cohabiting?
I'm coming.
Do you know what they call cohabiting?
Okay, it's no longer husband now. It's cohabiting.
No, we are talking about process of getting married. Some people are not married. Some people don't go through this process.
Even cohabiting.
These people don't. Some people don't go through the process. Going to your family house.
Even in cohabiting. Let me tell you something.
In the developed world, they don't do that. Even here in Abuja, what they call Abuja marriage.
Even in cohabiting. Listen now. Even in cohabiting.
I want to ask you.
Wait, now let me finish.
This is a spiritual thing.
Let me finish. Let me finish this line of thought.
Does it exist in the West and
let me finish this line of
course,
thought. Because it exists
everywhere. It exists everywhere.
Okay, now even in cohabiting.
Did you watch Coronation of the last King of UK?
What happened to the
Did you see their culture? Did you see what
their culture?
These things have origins. This is
their culture.
No. Most of these things have spiritual line. Most of these things have spiritual. It's not everything they will explain to you. Spiritual things is not just that. That's why I don't get into it. I don't understand it. That I don't understand it doesn't mean that don't believe it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Everything is not spiritual. I agree with you. But that doesn't defend that there are spiritual things. People that understand it.
You see why? You see the reason
Some
why?
people understand it.
You see the reason why we have actually not been able to advance from where we are to where we ought to be, because whatever we don't understand, we think we shouldn't question.
I don't say you don't question them.
That is where I disagree most often time, because I question whatever I don't understand. I might not have an answer immediately, but I question. If I wake up in the morning, if I have some certain things, I question why. And actually, I question religion more than any other thing. Whatever you're telling me, I question. I question hellfire. I question heaven. If you're telling me now you're preaching about heaven or hell to me, I'll question you. So most of the time you get confused because you don't have answer to me. You'll tell me, say, oh, just believe.
That's why I said. That's why when you were talking about Bible, talking about religion, I said this is not.
This is the reason why I always tell you. You see, first of all, let me take you through. Human beings are tripartite beings. We are spirits first that have a soul that lives in the body.
I want to ask you. You said that there's nothing like spirit.
I'm not saying there's nothing like. Do you hear what I said now? Human beings, we are tripartite beings. You see, as I was saying, human beings are tripartite beings. We are three in dimension. We are spirit first. Spirit. Man is a spirit first. Then they have a soul that lives in the body. Okay? So when people tell me, oh, it's a spiritual thing, I don't understand. In what context are they talking from? Is it the man as a spirit, or there's a spiritual world somewhere that is alien to man, that is a control that controls man the way they want? You see, when we ever talk about the spirit of a man, the spirit of a man connects to his divine nature, which is what they call it. Some people call it God. Some people call him energy. Some people call him a supreme being. Some people call him all manner of things, all kinds of things. That is the man that connects with his nature, with his maker. Now, when you're talking about somebody having knocking in a dream, the spirit of that man, the spirit of a man, needs body to function, needs a soul to think, to articulate, to interact.
You are saying that the reason why
this
guy they knock in the
spirit talk
because it's been long the knock outside, knock first.
Let him go
and
do spirit
talk. Do spirit talk?
I've never, if you feel one where the spirit they talk, I don't know. I've never seen spirit talk.
No, I just ask because if we agree, which we're on the same page. That
if you hear my analysis, I said man is a spirit. Okay, for him to be valid on the earth, he needs body. For him to interact, you understand? For him to comprehend, for him to be able to feel.
That's not dispute. I just asked
he
you.
He needs a soul.
Well,
okay?
That's no doubt. That's no
now,
doubt.
You ask me if the spirit talk.
Yeah.
If spirits have to talk, like right now, I'm a spirit that is talking through my body, which is the mouth.
Okay.
Which is the soul. I am a spirit. Okay.
101%
spirit.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I have to knock as a spirit, that is why I get body, because spirits not get bola. When you go to the knock, spirit doesn't have bola. Spirit is seen as an. Okay, now let me say something there. Nikola Tesla talked about, if you want to see human being in the dimension, look at human being in two different dimensions: energy, vibration, and frequencies. If you human being see them, energy, vibration, and frequencies. Energy, vibration, and frequency, which is the spirit of a man, does not have bola to knock. Anybody telling you
who is knocking this guy?
I said nah, he never knocked before. Make it go knock.
What you don't know.
Make it go knock.
You see what you don't know is more than you.
You
see, my brother, what you don't know is more than you. Are you hearing me? What you don't know is more than you. When they bring, I'm not a pilot. When you bring an aircraft here, and I look at aircraft, it's more than me.
I don't
understand it. I don't understand it.
But
are you hearing
as
me?
a human being,
hold on,
you can learn the process of flying the airplane.
That's why you have people that understand the spirit. understand the things of the spirit.
There's the people that understand.
Of course,
You see, that is where I normally disagree with people.
Of course.
There are people who understand the things of the
Do you
spirit.
believe that?
Hold on. Let me also understand it.
Let me tell you something. Developing our spiritual nature is one of the most difficult things that we human beings find to do. Every human being has it. Some people are more disciplined than the others. People practice yoga. They could spend time on yoga, spend hours in one place, they're meditating, conjuring, quieting their environment, their everything, developing their spirit, which many of us don't have that discipline to do. You wake up, pick up your phone, your life is so noisy, but you have somebody who tell you, I'm in a quiet moment, developing my spiritual mind.
So you believe in spirits?
Did you hear what I said?
No, I'm asking
Human
you,
being, why would I believe my nature? I'm a spirit. Why would I believe my nature?
You don't believe that a spirit can knock?
For me to knock as a spirit, I need body, I need flesh. You understand now? That's why God gave me flesh.
But you say you don't knock in your dream now.
And you know here with that.
When you
dream, I don't say it sweet me well.
No,
don't quote me. I said I have had.
He said knocking.
I have dreamt in my dream that I was knocking in my dream. I have had that.
And you wake up where you see.
I woke up. You see, because you had a dream, and I told you, go and do your research. In the realm in which dreams happen.
Now I want to. I don't know.
The realm in which dreams happen. Now, okay. Before I conclude, let me give you this story. The man who invented the sewing machine, I'm trying to remember his name. He was trying to invent this sewing machine. He couldn't. He tried everything. He had fixed the whole thing, but for him to have it sewn cloth, that was where the problem comes from. Then, after he tried, one day he was sleeping, he had a dream. In that dream, do you know what he dreamt of? That his machine, though he was going in a forest, in a very thick forest, then he was captured by this savage. When the savage captured him, they took him to their king, who is their head now. So when he get there, he saw his own machine in the king palace, the savage palace. And they mandated him, they said, we want you to fix this machine. And if you can't fix this machine, we will kill you. Do you understand it now? If you can't fix it, in his dream, if you cannot fix this machine, we will kill you. Then he started trying to fix the machine, he couldn't. They said, go and kill him. They took him to the forest where they are going to kill him. So when he get to that forest, so when they were about to kill him, he looked at the spear that they want to use to pierce him so that he died. He looked at it, that was where, you see the sewing machine needle, the hole is at the bottom of the thing. He saw it, then he woke up. He didn't pray. I'm coming. I know where I'm
join
coming.
This in with your dream.
I'm coming.
Join in with your dream.
I'm coming.
And give us an answer.
I'm coming. He went to his
end it up with your dream. End up your dream that you had accident.
He went to his lab. You understand it now? He went to his lab. He didn't pray. He didn't see it as an attack. He didn't see it as his spirit against him. Because if it is our own spirituality, would I be calling all the pastors? He went there. Now we have a sewing machine. Do you understand it now? Now we have a sewing machine. Okay. Now
that means
he said dream happen in our subconscious.
You see, there are some times when you are thinking of something. You want to provide a solution to something. Your subconscious mind has a way of bringing those things to you. Now,
were you thinking about accident when you had that dream?
Was it accident? If I was thinking about accident,
yeah.
Was this person thinking about sex?
Ooh.
Was this person thinking about sex?
I don't know.
There is no body. There is no body on the face of the earth that have never thought about accident. Nobody.
No. I said when you had this dream, You know, where we are talking about here
there's
now, what we are talking
nobody,
about,
there's
you are trying to
nobody,
initially, you are
there's
trying to discard
nobody
dream.
that have never
But
talked
for
about
you to come back
accidents.
here now to tell us about
You see,
dream,
sometimes
people taking away
Mhm.
things from dream. What you were trying to do initially
sometimes
was to discard dream.
I never discarded
Not
dream.
what you did.
I never
You said you
discarded
had
dream.
accident.
I said
you here.
because it's
You had a lot of things you said. What you did,
your
what you did,
interpretation to your dreams.
what you did
Your
initially
interpretation
was
to your
to
dreams
discard.
is based on your belief system. That is what I said. Your interpretation to your dream is based on your belief system. If that man had believed that enemy are against me because of the machine I'm trying to invent, he would have been kabashing and be praying, and that dream would have, the interpretation of that dream would be passed by.
You see, that's the difference between when you are, like I said before, most people understand the spiritual thing.
Forget
It
that.
is, hold on.
That spiritual thing.
You see,
people understand. You see,
you go there again.
What you interpret
You
in
go
your
there
mind
again.
when something happens, if you have a dream, your interpretation of that dream is based on what the kind of, let's say for instance, if that guy were to be under the mountain of fire ministry, that he had that dream, he would have bring out a book. They call it dream interpretation book. If you are dreaming if you are eating in the dream, this is the meaning. If you are eating in this place, this is the meaning, and he would have missed it. Now, this is a summary as I learned. As I learned, you see, as a therapist, if people come to me and they get nacky for inside dream, first of all I will ask them, when was the last time you have your nacky? Most often times, some people will tell me, for a very long time, I have not had it. You understand?
So that means all this would have celebrated and they always knock in the dream.
Go and ask them, when was the last time you knock? And another thing is, people play fantasies about their knocking. Those fantasies has a way, it records in your subconscious mind. And when you was sleeping, it plays out. It doesn't mean that you get one spirit where call the Nanki. Maybe they did this thing. Not be anything. They don't get one spirit called the Nanki.
Okay, let's hear when the conclusion.
My brother, you see, like I said before, what you don't know is more than you. If you don't know it, you don't know it. That you don't know this thing, that you doesn't know this thing doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Are you hearing me? Not everything that happened in the dream world, some of us have these gifts. That when they see things in dream, you see it manifest. Some of us have this gift that is the opposite. When they dream that something happened, it will not happen. You understand yourself. My brother, I'm not saying that everybody probably that had knack in their dream, saying that spiritual husband or spiritual wife. I've also seen people, even married people, saying the same thing. But what I'm trying to say is that there are things, I've seen this life. I'm still in search. I'm still trying to understand the composition of this life. It's so deep. It's so deep. Have you heard the story
you
of
cannot
people?
understand why you don't ask questions.
Have you, even when you ask questions, nobody can actually explain this life. Nobody.
You see, nature has a way of answering your question. Nobody has it.
Let me
When
tell
you
you
ask
something.
question,
Have you heard this story of people talking about seeing dead people? Somebody probably died somewhere, coming to set up, moving like a human being somewhere, probably set up married, most of these things, sometimes we see them in the movie and all that and all that. Have you heard that such story?
Yes.
Some people will tell
have you seen such human being?
Hold on. People will tell you first-hand information, first-hand witness.
Very good.
People will tell you first-hand witness that they have seen this thing happen.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Wait a
Wait.
minute.
People will say you first-hand witness. They have seen this thing happen. They have seen so thing happen. See, let me tell you something. That you don't believe in something. That you have not. You see, there are things you don't necessarily need to believe. Whether you believe them or you don't believe it doesn't stop them from being real. And bring
the same question I'm asking.
Are you hearing me?
At least you are a society age.
Yes.
You have seen life.
Yes.
You have interacted with people.
Of course.
When they say somebody died somewhere, he now went to set up, because what we hear, three of us that are here, we we have had people that died.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
we have had relatives, we have friends, we have all these things. We have never had the experience. Now, let me tell you something.
Where do you think human being comes from?
Human being
Mm.
comes from.
Mm. Do you think that it comes from anywhere?
You see,
Do you think there is life after death?
if I want to start explaining,
Okay,
you see, if I want to start explaining that one,
okay.
if I want to start explaining that one, we will not live here.
Let's
Now,
leave,
there's okay.
We have come to the end of
There is a
this,
story.
this is
There's
a wonderful
a
story.
story in Calabar right now. Do you follow the story in Calabar? And they say if they touch you, your bowler will disappear. Me, I won't go there. Make them touch me, my bowler disappear. Somebody, my friend, said he went there. He was shaking everybody.
Okay.
Make it. You see, all this is
Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you,
all this is
thank you,
trash.
thank
Just
you,
what
thank
you
you.
don't
it's a mind game.
It's not
Thank-
mind
thank you,
game.
It's
guys.
just a mind game.
It comes from somewhere.
Let's
What you
leave
don't
it.
know is more
Let's
than
let's
you.
leave this story to another section. We'll continue it to another section. So we thank you, our listeners. We thank you so much. You've heard what this gentleman said. Please, you don't need to see everything before you believe it. And before you're believing anything, you have to do your own research. Make sure you do research and sure that this thing that they told you about is real. You don't need to see everything before you believe it. So if you believe that spirit do exist, please want to see your comment on the comment section. If you believe that spirit can knock anyhow, want to see it on the comment section. Call the Kanya from and have a wonderful day.